if this is an emergency, please watch the link in the description, which is how we learned how to do the Heimlich. It's a YouTube video by Tamara Adlin, so please go there if you have an emergency. I want to start out by summarizing the video to say that this is a really hard video to watch. We have a camera in the rescue and it caught most of it on camera, and I want to share that so that it's for educational purposes of a bunny who aspirated on pellets. He is okay. Thankfully, he is okay. So the layout for this video is going to be me explaining what you're going to see in the clip, and then I'll play the clip. On November 15th, which was this last Wednesday, I was giving everyone pellets in the morning and he aspirated on a pellet. We don't use bowls. It was a snuffle mat, but it happened. And so he started to make a choking sound. He had open mouth breathing, so you can see his head is tilting up. Mucus started coming out from his nose and his mouth, and it was just like a giant bubble of mucus, so we kept wiping it away, and we used some tools to help pull the mucus out. He wasn't able to get the pellet dislodged, and he started to get dizzy, so you can see him start to lose consciousness. Of course, we were freaking out, and my husband performed the Heimlich. It wasn't quite time yet. He did 3 swings, but Ghost Pepper was fighting to get it out, so he wasn't relaxing his muscles.
Weird.
And then he put him down, and you'll see him start to slap his sides. So whenever they are choking, if you slap their sides, that will also help dislodge what is stuck. So then he started convulsing, and then he screams twice. You'll see him lay on his side and kind of just like melt down. We knew that's when he was taking his last breaths, so my husband then again grabbed him and performed the Heimlich, and this time it was the perfect timing. And as soon as he finished the Heimlich, he put him down. His gums started to change from blue to pink, and his eyes started to go back to normal. So you could see that he was regaining consciousness. Also, didn't have any more choking fits. He was not making the choking noise. So he sits there petting him for a little bit, and Ghost Pepper nudges his hand to like move away. So he gives him some space, and his bun wife, Truffle, goes over and is giving him kisses. From the start of him aspirating on pellets until the final Heimlich was just about 50 minutes. So this whole terrifying episode lasted almost an hour. His head is starting to lift up towards the sky. And then in the next 12 minutes, you can see him actually sitting up with his head still tilted, but in a more comfortable position. I also did listen to his lungs with a stethoscope to try and hear any rattling, because there are chances of pneumonia and respiratory illnesses after aspirating, but I did not hear anything. Throughout the rest of the day, he did have some very small poops. He was mostly just sitting there, and then every couple hours he would hop over to a new location, and then he would react when Truffle would come over there to check him out and see how he's doing. The next day, so now we're on November 16th, he started to eat better. And he was dropping very mucousy poops. On the 17th, he jumped up on his castle and was much more alert and active. So you can see him stretching and cleaning himself. On the 18th was a big difference for us to really let us know that he was going to be okay. He was obviously very scared of us, especially my husband being the one to do the Heimlich, so he did associate him with that, and so I would go in there and sit with him and pet him. But on this day, he started begging for treats no matter who it was, so he would take it from your hand, and he was back to his normal loving and happy self. This is the second time that we've ever had to perform the Heimlich. The first time we did is when Babette was a baby before we had the rescue, and we knew nothing about rabbits at that time, and thankfully I found Tamara's video, and she was probably 7 weeks old and aspirated on milk as we were bottle feeding her. Because if you know our story, Mom rejected her, and so we did have to hand feed her. Now, at the time, she did similar symptoms. It was just much quicker. She choked and ran to the corner to hide and to pass away. However, we saw that she was in trouble, and we performed the Heimlich on her little body and swung her, and it brought her right back. You know, her whole body was turning purple, and it was a miracle that we were able to do that. So I want this video to be educational and show other bunny parents what to do in that type of situation. Be prepared, know how to do the Heimlich in case a bunny aspirates, and contact your vet for help. I know Ghost Pepper would not be alive today if my husband did not perform the Heimlich at that moment to save his life.